And the more positive bit of this story, then, and you started right at the beginning of this, is that you're actually you're in a community in in a country that's actually going through a lot of change.
Yeah.
If the peace process is one part of the change, but it's not the only one, you've got a very generational change. You've actually got a set of people that want something different, have come used to something different. There's a lot of desire for change in your community as well, isn't there? A huge amount, yes.
And I think you can start to see that. You can see that you can see it in the community voluntary sector, and there is. And the idea, I would like to feel that the ideologies are starting to change. You're still always going to have small pockets, that are going to be very much ingrained in their past. And I don't think in our lifetime maybe it'll be settled. But I think for us, it's about giving people equal opportunity in terms of hope. I think when we start to think, well, you can't have this but a hope because this is where you're from and this is what you've done, or you can't have this but a hope because you're from the other side of the river and you were involved. It's about not being, it's not discriminating against the hope part, and that's important. But the landscape it can be fickle.
And what about the environment? So you've got a gym. You talked about accessing another gym. Is the notion of a lot of people accessing gyms, is that actually also part of what's common in your environment? Is Derry a place with quite a lot of gyms? Or
I think Derry has got more personal trainers per capita than anywhere else in the world. So there's a gym culture, and there's a health culture. So we have we're a divided city. There's a river right down the middle, and you used to have the water side.
I mean, I've been to Derry. I can visualise it, but tell it for our viewers.
So
yes,
you have the water side, which is on one side, which is predominantly Protestant, and you have the city side, which is predominantly Catholic. And then about 15 plus years ago, they built a peace bridge and stuck it right in the middle, so it opened up the two communities. And there has been more runners, triathletes, marathon runners, because what it has done is it opened up the entire city. So it's created running routes and walking routes. So there's more people now that are looking after their health and things like that, which is really encouraging because I didn't see any of that whenever I was kind of growing up. And something as simple as a bridge across a river can change the dynamic and the health structures within the city. There's loads of gyms in Derry. I didn't need another one. But in my context, I needed one specifically for people who wanted it for that purpose. So there is what it didn't have: visible recovery. It didn't have recovery communities. And in the UK and in America and all these places, they had visible recovery communities, and everybody was really open about it. That was all still very much hidden away. So what we've been doing is trying to change that landscape now, and start to hopefully encourage and inspire other organisations